When we got started teaching about emotional intelligence, what we realized is that there were a lot of great descriptions of what does it mean to be emotionally intelligent. And Dan Goleman's description is very well known, and it's very elegant, and it helps people think about what might that mean, but it doesn't tell you how. And so we started looking at the process. What would the steps be? And we realized that people needed something very straightforward. And so we identified some competencies, and then we identified an action process, a process framework. And we put it into a circle so that you keep going around and around and around. It starts with know yourself, which is about being self-aware and noticing what's happening in you. And then the second phase is choose yourself, which is about being more intentional. It's about managing yourself and saying, what do I want to be doing right now? And then the third part is about the long term. What do I want to be doing in my life? And we call that give yourself. And in business terms, that's about vision and values. It also includes empathy and connecting with others. So as you go around and around that process, you're more aware, you're more intentional, you're more purposeful. You're more aware, you're more intentional, you're more purposeful. So we talk about it as 1, 2, 3 KCG. Know, choose, give. You're walking into, you're sitting down, you're talking to somebody, you're in a meeting, you're on the phone, you're dealing with some challenge, and you want to bring your emotional intelligence to the fore. Okay, you're feeling something, what is that? Tune into it, there's data there. Choose, be intentional. You don't have to react. Okay, you're feeling irritated, are you feeling anything else? What's underneath that feeling? Do you have some other options? Why are you feeling irritated? What's that telling you? Take conscious choice about your feelings and reactions. And then consider what's the impact that you want to have? Where do you want this to go? And one of the things about emotions is they tend to focus us on the short term. We need to balance that with the long term. So, where is this going? What do I want to have happen? What is the relationship I really want to create? So I'll just give you an example with my kids. So my kids are arguing. My son comes to me and says, my sister, blah, 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 Emma, da, 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 da. I said, okay, well, so, what's happening? What was the situation? What are you feeling? Are there any choices about that? What did you want to have happen in that interaction? Is there anything else that you could be doing? And so now we're sort of looking to see, expanding the range of options. And then, what is it that you really want in your relationship with her? What is it you really want to be doing in this situation? How do you want this to be resolved in the future? I do feel sorry for my kids sometimes because they get EQ'd a lot, and as we're having this conversation and going through these 3 phases, being aware of his own reactions, being more deliberate about saying, okay, I could do things differently. And then why? Where would that go? As we go around and around the cycle, what happens is you get better and better at each phase. Now, underneath that, there's some specific, learnable, measurable competencies that will help you do these 3 steps. But the 3 steps, that is the model. And what I want you to experiment with is this 1, 2, 3 KCG. What am I feeling? What options do I have? What do I really want? And as you go around and around that cycle, you'll bring your emotional intelligence into the situation. You have it. It's not, you can develop it more, but you already have this capacity. The question is bringing it to the game.